Some people learn new skills like magic, while the rest struggle for weeks and forget half of it. Is it just talent? No, it's a method. During the Cold War, intelligence agencies developed secret techniques to train operatives at record speed. These methods weren't about studying harder, but about hacking the brain's learning process. What if you could use the same techniques to absorb knowledge faster than ever? Let's break it down. What if your brain had a backdoor that bypassed the slow, conscious learning process? Neuroscience research points to the theta brainwave state, a pattern that intelligence training programs have likely studied extensively. This isn't meditation or hypnosis. It's the brief window between wakefulness and sleep when your brain becomes highly receptive to forming new neural connections. Here's how similar techniques work. Review important information while playing specific sound frequencies, 4 Hz theta waves, right before sleep. Your brain continues processing this information during the night, forming neural pathways without conscious effort. Your practical version: grab your learning material and a pair of headphones. Cue up theta wave tracks, easily found online. Study for 20 minutes before bed while listening, then let the audio continue as you drift off. Research in sleep science shows significant improvements in memory consolidation when learning is paired with this pre-sleep window. Your brain continues to strengthen these connections during specific sleep cycles, making this technique almost effortless. One important note: this method appears most effective for conceptual understanding and pattern recognition. Use it for languages, systems thinking, and frameworks, not memorizing disconnected facts. One of the most powerful learning techniques leverages something simple yet profound: your sense of smell. Neuroscience research demonstrates that the brain forms strong connections between information and sensory experiences, especially sense. This connection happens because your olfactory system has direct pathways to memory centers in your brain, pathways that bypass normal processing routes. Here's your protocol. Assign a distinct scent to your learning material: cinnamon for coding, mint for language learning, coffee for business concepts. Use that scent only when studying that specific topic. Later, before you need to recall that information, briefly expose yourself to the same scent. Studies on context-dependent memory suggest significant improvements in recall when learning environments are reinstated. Why? Your brain creates associative pathways between the sensory cue and the stored information. This works with music too. Listen to specific songs or genres only when studying certain subjects. Your brain will link the auditory patterns to the information, giving you on-demand access to what you've learned simply by playing the right track. The best part? This works automatically. Your brain forms these connections naturally. Just create the sensory environment consistently and the associations strengthen over time. Want to know why some professionals can concentrate in chaotic environments while you get distracted by a text message? They weren't born different. They were conditioned through targeted practice. Cognitive research suggests that focus isn't strengthened in silence. It's developed through progressive exposure to distractions. The protocol? Start by studying in a normal, quiet environment for 10 minutes. Then gradually introduce distractions: background conversation, random alarm sounds, even uncomfortable seating positions. Each week, increase the environmental challenges slightly. At first, your performance will drop. Then something fascinating happens. Your brain adapts by building stronger attention filters. After consistent training, many practitioners report maintaining concentration regardless of their surroundings. This is neural adaptation at work. Your brain gets better at ignoring irrelevant stimuli when regularly exposed to them. It's like weight training for your attention span. Start light, then progressively overload. Research in cognitive psychology suggests another interesting finding. Mild stress during learning can actually enhance memory formation. The slight challenge activates different neurochemical pathways that help information stick better than when studying in perfect conditions. Advanced practitioners of this method report that after sufficient training, external chaos actually triggers deeper focus, a valuable skill in our distraction-filled world. Field operatives can't pull out flashcards during critical missions. They need instant, effort-free recall. A technique similar to what intelligence professionals might use is memory architecture. This method transforms physical spaces into information storage systems. By mentally assigning specific data to locations in familiar environments, recall becomes automatic and effortless. Your version? Pick a familiar route through your home or office. As you walk, assign key pieces of information to specific locations. The kitchen table holds formulas. The bathroom mirror contains definitions. Your front door represents core principles. Later, when you need to recall this information, mentally walk through your space. The information appears with minimal effort as you visualize each location. This works because your brain naturally creates spatial maps. It's an evolutionary advantage. By attaching information to these existing neural frameworks, you're using pre-built pathways instead of creating new ones, a significantly more efficient process. Memory experts have long recognized this method, often called the method of loci or memory palace, as particularly effective for sequential information or processes. By creating a literal path through knowledge, your brain maintains logical connections between concepts. Memory champions routinely memorize decks of cards, long digit sequences, and complex information using variations of this technique. Your brain has the same capabilities. It just needs the right system. Most people study one topic at a time. Cognitive science research suggests this approach is fundamentally flawed. Studies reveal that studying multiple subjects in rapid rotation creates stronger neural connections than deep diving into single topics. The research term for this is interleaved learning. The protocol? Instead of spending hours on one subject, study topic A for 15 minutes, immediately switch to topic B for 15 minutes, then to topic C before returning to topic A. This cognitive switching forces your brain to continuously rebuild retrieval pathways, strengthening them with each cycle. It's mental cross-training that builds learning fitness across all subjects simultaneously. Research in educational psychology has demonstrated improved long-term retention with interleaved practice compared to blocked practice, studying one topic for extended periods. There's also a fascinating side effect. Creative problem-solving capabilities often improve dramatically. When your brain juggles multiple domains, it naturally forms connections between seemingly unrelated concepts. This cross-pollination of ideas is a cornerstone of innovation. Start with just 2 subjects, rotating every 15 minutes. Add a third subject after a week. The first few switches will feel jarring. That's your brain building new pathways. By week 2, the transitions become smoother as your cognitive flexibility improves. Information without implementation is worthless. Here's a 30-day protocol that integrates these advanced learning techniques. Days 1 through 7, theta state learning only. 20 minutes before sleep with theta wave audio. Record what you remember each morning to track your progress. Days 8 to 14, add sensory triggers. Choose distinct scents or music for different subjects. Maintain your theta sessions. Days 15 to 21, begin controlled chaos training. Start with minimal distractions, increasing slightly each day. Continue previous techniques. Days 22 to 28, implement memory architecture. Map important information to physical spaces. Continue building previous habits. Days 29 to 30, add interleaved learning. Rotate between subjects in 15-minute blocks. Maintain all previous techniques. The first week typically shows modest improvements. By week 2, most practitioners notice changes in recall speed. Week 3 brings noticeable improvements in concentration. By day 30, learning capabilities can show remarkable enhancement compared to conventional methods. These aren't temporary tricks, they work by reshaping your neural pathways. With consistent practice, these changes become your new baseline for information processing. These advanced learning methods represent the cutting edge of cognitive science applied to practical skill acquisition. They deliver a significant advantage to anyone willing to follow the protocol. Start with just one technique, master it, then stack the next. By day 30, information that once took weeks to learn will become dramatically more accessible and retained longer. The ability to learn anything faster than everyone else isn't just a skill set, it's the ultimate competitive edge in today's knowledge economy. So, drop a comment letting me know which technique you're trying first.